Welcome to the Taxing Subjects Podcast. I'm Ryan Norton. Now, tax season is pretty famous for that January through April grind, and contrary to most taxpayers' perspective, tax professionals do not have an 8-month vacation as soon as tax day is over. They're earning continuing professional education credits, CPE. They're attending classes. So, to learn more about CPE opportunities, we've invited onto the show Drake Software Education Tax Team Lead, Amanda Watson, and Drake Software Education Coordinator and Drake Accounting Lead, Lori Correa. Welcome to the show, you two.
Hey, Ryan. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, well, my first question has two parts. First, what subjects does classroom training cover? And then, who should attend? Like new customers, veteran Drake users, who should show up for the classes? So again, what subjects are covered and who should attend?
Well, we have 3 different classes that we're offering this year. We are offering Drake Tax Essentials, and that is going to be headed up by Amanda and her team. And then we're also going to have Drake Accounting 101, and that will be headed up by myself and my team. And then there is an additional class that is something that we're offering for those who are already familiar with Drake Accounting, but they're wanting to know any kind of new additions to the software or enhancements and things like that. And that is going to be the Drake Accounting Development Preview for 2020.
And really, anyone who is a new user to Drake would really benefit from the class. However, we find that a lot of people like to come after their first season. Maybe they started out using Drake without any training, and with a little bit of experience under their belt, the training really enhances that. And of course, we have people who've used Drake for years show up, and they always leave letting us know they've learned something, which is fantastic.
Now, you mentioned the Drake Development Preview. Could you talk about how that is different, the Drake Development Preview for 2020, from the Drake Accounting 101 classes?
It's a good thing that you brought that up, because one thing I'd like to mention is Drake Accounting is still new. We just released that last year, and all of our classes were maxed to capacity. So anybody who has transitioned from client write-up into Drake Accounting, and some people may just be doing that for the first time. So we anticipate a lot of people to attend this class. So anybody who's making that transition from what we've already had, or if they're coming in from another accounting package, those are the perfect people to attend the Drake Accounting 101 class. And the thing that really sets that apart is that we are really taking them from the very beginning, from installation all the way through the year-end close. And our class is 2.5 days. And then the development preview is exactly that. That is being taught just by the developers, not the education team. And that is a great opportunity for people who have already had an experience with Drake Accounting. They want to be able to get some input from the developers, and the developers want the feedback. So that is really what kind of sets those two apart, if that helps clear that question up.
So how long is each classroom training session? Basically, how much of my calendar should I block off if I'm going to sign up?
Well, the Drake Accounting 101 class, that is 2.5 days. The Drake Accounting Development Preview is 3 full days. I believe their schedule's from 8 to 5 all 3 days. And then Drake Tax Essentials, that is a 2-day class this year.
Just a quick aside. So is there breakfast or lunch or something like that offered at classroom training sessions?
Well, that's a great question. For the classroom training sessions, we do offer sometimes a light continental breakfast. There's always coffee, so that's a good point. But generally during our classroom training summer sessions, you're on your own for lunch, and we try to include a snack in the afternoon, maybe some cookies, depending on our venue. A lot of that varies from venue to venue, what we can arrange with the banquet staff there.
So how many seats are available at each classroom training session? Basically, if I know that there's a limited number of seats, maybe I need to sign up sooner. So just roughly how many seats for each type of classroom training are there offered?
In Franklin, all of the classes, regardless of whichever one we sign up for or they sign up for, we have 100 seats. So we can fit quite a few people at home in Franklin, North Carolina. On the road, The Drake Tax team, I believe they're going to be having 60 seats available, and Drake Accounting will have 80 seats available.
Okay.
Right. So if you're interested, sign up. We generally don't run a waiting list for the ones early in the season, but they are well attended and it is location specific. Some locations tend to sell out, like Las Vegas is generally pretty popular. So if you want to attend that one, you may want to sign up first.
All right. So let's just say that I am wanting to attend, and unfortunately, I'm not able to make the date that's on the website for, say, like classroom training in Las Vegas, but I really want to go. Is there any option for me as someone who wants to attend in person but can't?
If you can't make it to a location, or maybe your schedule doesn't allow you to set aside 2 days, we do have some abbreviated live stream sessions. We have the Drake Accounting Payroll and Beyond webcast, which is a 4-hour webcast. For the tax software, Drake Tax, we have Drake Tax Basics, which is a 4-hour live web stream. So you can take it from anywhere you have internet access. And we are working on developing some more advanced topics to deliver via webcast for people who may want to spend 4 hours learning about a more complex issue or a more complex entry in the software, or maybe a more seasoned user. So we do have some of those slated to be released this summer as well.
So we talked about signing up for, say, online webcasts. How do you deal with time zones? Say I'm in North Carolina now, but I want to attend the Las Vegas show. How are the time zones handled? Can I still, at a reasonable hour, see that classroom training?
That's a great question. And for right now, what we're doing is since these are abbreviated classes, they're 4 hours long, we are making these from 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern time, which makes it pretty flexible for just about anyone.
I guess maybe the question of the hour, when do classes begin?
We have some classes that start in mid-June, and we actually have classes that are going to go all the way through January.
Okay.
There will be a little bit of a break there when we do our update schools, where we'll be changing our cycle just slightly, but we do have some classes rolling over into January.
So I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but since you mentioned update schools, what is the difference between, say, classroom training and update schools?
Well, classroom training is going to be from the ground up. How do I use Drake Tax or Drake Accounting? It's going to start you at a ground zero and build upon that. It's more software training. The update schools are just what it sounds like. It's an update. And those are usually larger audiences. And we discuss things like tax updates. In this past fall, tax update was a very popular subject because we had major tax reform. And we also spend some time telling you what's new for the new software package. So if we've added any new calculations, any new features, those would be presented there as well. So it's a good refresher.
And finally, where do I go to sign up?
They can sign up for all of them at one location, and it's training.drakesoftware.com.
Okay, so training.drakesoftware.com.
Yes.
And if I'm navigating to that site,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it's very clearly shown what is the live and what's the...
There are a couple of menu options there, but you'll clearly see the update school. You'll clearly see classroom training. So click on classroom training, and that will bring you to the registration for all of those things.
Great. All right. Well, my last card's blank, so I guess that means we're done.
Well, I want to interject something here. If they have questions, absolutely, please call us. You can call our customer service line, or they can email us at education@drakesoftware.com, and you'll reach someone in the education department, and we'll be happy to help you out any way we can.
And you might actually get to talk to either Amanda or Lori.
Yes.
Maybe.
Very highly likely.
All right. Amanda, Lori, thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all on the next Taxing Subjects podcast.